right, man, let's do an NFC North preview. Got the Minnesota Vikings, who won the last year. I predicted that they would run away with the division last year. I think that was an easy one. They had the best roster. We had Chicago, who I believe had the #1 pick this year and traded out of there. It was a debate going around would they go for Bryce Young. I think if Bryce Young was 6'1", 6'2", I think they would have took Bryce Young. Green Bay, who left Aaron Rodgers, I think a lot of people writing Green Bay off. I'm gonna speak on them, and obviously you got the Lions, who seem to be the pretty girl on the surface in the division, the beautiful new girl in the school or at the job, wherever, at the gym. But that's just on the surface. But check out the NFC North playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Go check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. I'll throw that in there. To be honest, Minnesota lost a lot on defense. We start off with the champs. They did bring Brian Flores in to be their defensive coordinator. Still got Fields. They got the kid that went to Jordan Addison, came from Pitt, then went to USC. KJ Osborne. They handed the ball off to Madison now as their primary running back. Dalvin over there with the Jets. Did bring back Danielle Hunter, Harrison Smith, but the defense seemed to be in the transition. They lost Barr a while ago. They lost Kendricks, one of my favorite linebackers. I didn't know Michael was his brother. I didn't know that. So they in the transition. Kirk Cousins, they already talking about not paying them, or possibly new ownership might not want to bring him back. It's as far as he can go. He's an overachiever. We all know that. But so that's the gist of them. And then you look at Green Bay. I like what Jordan Love is doing. I like Jordan Love, honestly. He's already dealt with adversity before he even took a professional snap with being drafted in the first round, and Aaron Rodgers and all that scenario, him getting mad at Green Bay for them taking a quarterback. So he's already dealt with adversity. And that the same adversity made Aaron Rodgers even better, because he went through the same adversity with Brett Favre. And Brett Favre, basically like, I ain't about to show him shit. I'm not about to train him to take my job. And that type of adversity, that's what you need, bro. Life is about adversity. Life is Life is about adversity. Without adversity, without the dark times, if everything was like, have you ever seen a movie called Pleasantville with Paul Rudd in there? I forget who, Tobey Maguire's in it, Reese Witherspoon. It's a great movie. So it came out like 98, 99. Even if everything was perfect, it wouldn't be no spice. So you got to remember, the adversity is what build a man. Women go through their adversity, to be honest, but it's not the same as a man. So our adversities is what make us. Remember Puff saying on the movie Notorious, well, don't break a ninja, make a ninja. And that's real talk. Aaron went through that adversity and it made him a better quarterback. Without that adversity with Brett and Aaron, I don't think Aaron turned out as good as he is. And Jordan Love went through the same adversity. I'm pretty sure Aaron was more willing to help him than Brett, and if he wasn't, I don't think he really learned the full extent of his lesson that he should learn from Brett Favre. Obviously, if they hire somebody to take my job, and I didn't have nothing to pivot to, it's gonna be hard for me to train them. I get it. But then in multi-million-dollar business, Brett knew he could pivot to another team. And then you hold him hostage every summer and shit. Aaron Rodgers started doing the same thing that Brett started doing. But in that scenario, yeah, I'm gonna train him. Because at the end of the day, it's still a brotherhood. But that adversity gonna make love better. Watson is emerging. Romeo Dobbs making some plays in practice. And I just think the Packers became too dependent on Aaron Rodgers doing everything. That's like a system becoming too dependent on one part of the system. That one part of the system gonna wear out or need a tune-up before all the other parts of the system. Because you, so now you may see Green Bay say we don't have air in there. Now the pulleys got to work. You know, now the pump is really got to work. Now everything got to flow the way it actually has to flow. And Jordan Love has some talent. And then you get to the Lions, which I have no faith in. I literally have zero faith in the Detroit Lions. They have never won a division. They have won it when it was the NFC Central. Like I said, they that pretty girl, but a lot of times you get the pretty girl and it's nothing else there. They got by off looks. They got by off eyeliner, makeup, and even if they naturally beauty on the inside, they're ugly. They're not good people. They don't know how to cook. They don't know how to sympathize. They don't know how to please people. They don't know how to conversate. They just a trophy. They're a scarecrow with no brains. And right now, the Lions, that's all it is. It's aesthetics. It just look good. They just look good. And I know it ain't a lot for people to hope for in Detroit. You know, people leave out of Detroit and they have better lives and they find out being in Detroit is its own recession. You know, and that's the God honest truth. It is its own recession. But you know, looking at the division, I feel that it's wide open. I feel that Chicago, excuse me, I forgot about the Chicago Bears, Care Bears. I like what they done. They did some things on the offensive line. They got DJ Moore in that #1 overall trade. They had to shift Claypool to like number 2/3. You got Darnell Mooney, liked him a lot. Cole Kmet and Justin Fields got a great connection defensively. They in the transition. Lost Roquan Smith or whatever the linebacker was that went to Baltimore. Robert Quinn moved on. Khalil Mack moved on. So really, their defense was predicated with Eddie Jackson and Jaquan Brisker on the back end. So I'm not too familiar with who they got up front, but they building the offensive line for Justin. Justin is a problem. He's a good quarterback. But the league has seen 2 years of him now, a couple years of him now, a year and a half of him. So it's going to be interesting. I think the dark horse of the division is Green Bay. It wouldn't surprise me if Green Bay won the division again. I think I like Jordan Love. I like what he's doing. Matt LaFleur might not be half bad. But they my dark horse team to win the division, to be honest. They're my dark horse team. I wouldn't be surprised if Chicago stepped up. I just not sure they got enough in the front seven to do that turnaround. I mean, for years, the NFC South for like 5 to 7 years, the last place team was jumping to first place and winning the division the next year, the following year. So we seen that a lot, you know, in the NFC South. Now I'm not sure if any of those last place teams was the #1 overall pick team, but yeah, he definitely a problem. He got offensive weapons now, and defensively, we'll see kind of where it go and how the league kind of adjusts to Justin Fields. I think it might be a season too quick, but it looked like Chicago know what they're doing. But Green Bay is my dark horse. They lost some edge rushing. They lost some defense. But Christian Watson really started to emerge. I've never been high on A.J. Dillon. Not Dillon, but Aaron Jones. I just never seen what people seen in Aaron Jones. He's just not that good of a running back to me. So that kind of scares me. Maybe A.J. Dillon step up and do some things. But Watson, Romeo Doubs, I think they turned it around this year. Defensively, I'm a little bit scared for them. They got Jerry Alexander and some guys over there. They lost, I think, Zadarius Smith. They lost some fire on defense, but I don't think Green Bay is going to be as bad as people think. I think I'll give them a slight edge over winning the division, dark horse-wise, than Chicago. To be honest, about who I got winning the division, honestly, man, I have no faith in the Lions. So that's going to piss people off. I just don't have no faith in them. Every team in this division got holes. But knowing that the last 2 out of 3 games, what is it, week 15, 16, 17? Well, the 17th week and the 15th week, they played Minnesota for the division. I'm going to go ahead and give it to Minnesota again. I'm going to say Minnesota going to win the division. I think it'll be close. And hopefully I'm wrong. I'm not giving no predictions, no records. No, I got Minnesota winning the division again. I think they probably win it in the last two of the last 3 weeks. It come down to the wire. I just defensively, they suck. They're even worse than when they was last year. At least some of it's just looking on paper. I feel like the Lions should be better defensively, but then again, there's holes there. Emmanuel Mosley being injured, that's a problem. Because now you got 2 undrafted free agent rookies behind your 2 starting corners now. You know, and in the front 7, it'd be interesting. They much improved. Depth, rushing the passer. We see what happened with Jack Campbell. Offensively, I just don't like the receiving core. I felt they should have picked up Hopkins or DJ Shark back up. Your receiving core is going to be heavily dependent on St. Brown, rightfully so, Sam Laporta in the running game, and Jahmyr Gibbs in the pass. I'm going to go ahead and go with Minnesota. People are going to be mad at me. That's my opinion. I hope I'm wrong from a Lion fan standpoint of view, but an honest perspective, I'm going to have Minnesota eking the division out by a game or 2. That's my opinion, but hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out the NFC North playlist. Hit the link tree. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, or X. Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all in the link tree. Peace.